Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Dereji. I'm welcoming you today, episode 57, season 2. Well, I have great news. As you know, we just passed 100,000 YouTube subscribers on YouTube. And we just won YouTube Silver Award. And the news is we just received the award. So before we get the conversation started in episode 57, I like to just show you the podcast award and just share these great news with you. So we just received these. I like to thank you for your support. I like to thank our team. Of course, it's a teamwork for bringing all these podcast content and the process together. So I truly appreciate the American Business Podcast team. Also, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for subscribing and following our podcast on weekly basis. I also appreciate our guests who join us, share their insights and professional wisdom with us. That's really meaningful, and I truly appreciate it. So this is our award that we just got it today. We're gonna put it on our wall. Of course, it means a lot to us. However, we started this journey on February 28th, and we are just in the beginning of the journey. I know we're gonna get many more subscribers, many more milestones, and many more awards. I have no doubt, and I truly appreciate your support and your thoughts, your feedbacks, and thanks for being with us. I appreciate it. Well, what else is happening? I think we can get the episode started. Today's number is 250. This is how many ERP software systems known to be actively used in the marketplace. We'll be talking about ERP software systems today, business software systems today, technology and digital transformation. And we have great guests that will be with us today. Let's get the conversation started. I will invite our guests to our virtual stage and we can discuss our conversation. All right, perfect.
Hello,
Anil.
Kevin. How
Hello,
are you?
Carlos. How are you? Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us. And first and foremost, congratulations to you and to the team. That's a great accomplishment.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We are really excited about this. Um, that's a milestone, and we truly appreciate our guests like yourself. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate our team, and we appreciate our subscribers, followers, and listeners. That's a great achievement. Thank you so much for good wishes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm sure more to come. It's just the beginning.
It is just the beginning. Yes, that's how I'm feeling. You read my mind, and this is really exciting in that sense. Thank you very much. I hope you are having a great week.
Yeah, we're having a phenomenal week. We're in the verge of closing three new clients and three new projects. So it's a very exciting week. The team is working full steam, and we're happy to build new relationships and continue to build the business.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy to have you today, and we have a lot to cover. Maybe we can get started if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, sounds good. Well, let's just start. Would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our audience and to our listeners? Anil,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
Who would like to go first?
Oh, go ahead, Anil. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin, for having us. So, just a small introduction for myself and the team. Anil Verghese, been doing retail technology in terms of ERP implementation for like last 25 years. So we started this journey with Proxima in 2019, where we saw there's an opportunity when it comes to retailers and retail ERPs in terms of how do the all the ERPs looked at, right, from a perspective of from a change management as well as the system integration standpoint. So when you typically look at ERPs in general, you bring in an external expert and they would look at it and start doing a system implementation, right? A lot of times what happens is it's it's an external look on the organization. What you don't take into account is what's the change that's going through in the organization. So we saw there is an opportunity there, rather than just doing and externally looking at the organization, we can actually bring in our own internal expertise, right? The full team that's part of Proxima has been internal at some point in their career, right? So that's the bread and butter of what we do. We've been internal. We understand this ERP solutions, and we understand how the systems are integrated. We want to marry both those things together, right? So that's the whole idea behind Proxima. So we've been doing great, right? The customers really see the difference what we bring to the table. Carlos, you want
Thank
to add something, please?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So yeah, I think to Anil's point, that's how we started the organization about 7 years ago. So we're pretty young, right, in the concept of it all. But I think in 7 years we've been able to accomplish a lot. Work with very big, big box retailers, and being able to help them and really being able to bring that internal knowledge, right, and that perspective from working internally at an organization and joining the gap between that and the technology aspect, right? And really helping the client through the journey rather than just doing what they want without really advising them in what might be the best business solution for their size of business, for their structure, for their budget, so forth and so on.
you.
So, yeah.
Thank you for the introduction. That's great. Uh, can you tell us about your career path a little bit? How did you choose your current career? Anil, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I would say like I got out of college back in 2000, and I didn't really choose this. I joined an organization, and they actually assigned me a project with Gap Direct. So I started my career with Gap through that company. That's how I started, right? So started off with retail, and that time Gap was implementing a direct fulfillment system for their e-commerce business, like very early in the stage. So was part of that, came to support that WMS implementation, and then stayed on with retail, right? So it just started off with Gap, then Williams Sonoma, many department stores, and fast fashion, apparel, all of that, right? So stayed in retail since the beginning. So only been in retail.
Sounds exciting. Carlos?
Yeah, I think very similar to Anil. I didn't really choose it. I think it kind of chose me.
Okay.
I went to med school. I studied for that, and then when I graduated pre med, I decided as I was doing community service and all that stuff because that's very big when you're doing pre med. That being in the hospital, the smell, the everything, that just wasn't for me. So I started working in a retail company at their corporate headquarters, and they were implementing a new POS system at the time. They lost a big portion of their IT team, and I just wanted to learn how the new system was going to work for the organization. And the CEO was walking by at the time, and he said, "Hey, you know how to operate this thing?" I said, "Yeah, pretty much. I've been learning it." And he said, "Okay, great. You're going to be the new person in charge of all of our POS." And through that, I got into IT, and over time implemented Oracle solutions, full ERP solutions, and that's where I met Anil, and then we joined Journeys as partners and as friends, and we've been doing this for over 20 years now.
Yeah, this is really exciting. So, when you think about your day-to-day work, what are the exciting and challenging parts that you can share with us, Anil?
Yeah, so I mean, to me, it's all about the reason we are there in any place, right? So because whoever it is, they believe that we are able to bring value by solving a problem, right? So we every day we look for that, right? So we work hard towards it, right? It's our passion, it's our dream. So we get into the situations, we understand what needs to be done, and we are very passionate about executing it, right? So it's in it's a problem solution, right? That's how day goes. So that's pretty much how do I describe it.
Sounds
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. I
Carlos?
think I think I share candidly that I think the most exciting thing is finding a solution to a problem. Right. I think we
Mhm.
take great pride in our reputation and in the delivery of the work that we do. We don't really have a sales team, right, or sales structure team. Everything that we've grown our business from, it's really been word of mouth, and it's really been recommendation from the effort that we've done. So I think the most exciting thing is keeping, a very high level of efficiency within the team, developing the team, and really working with the team in almost this sense of family, that really the pride comes more than from money or from business or anything like that. It comes from knowing that wherever we get work done, there's always a high level of recommendations from C-level executives, from every team member, and the level of effort and the level of delivery that they're doing.
I like to shift our conversation towards ERP software market a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
just for our audience to know, so ERPs are, large systems, complex systems. Maybe you can also talk about a little bit just to educate some of our audience and listeners as well. Would you please tell us about the importance of an ERP software system, and how do you see the market of ERPs in general? And third part of my question is a long question. Third part of my question is how to choose the right ERP software. So, what is ERP? How is the market that you are seeing, and how to choose the right ERP software? Anil?
Yeah. Um, so the way I look at ERP, right, and it's when you build a house, that's your foundation, right? So you are building that on that foundation, and you choose your ERP depends on the kind of structure you're trying to build, right? So if you're looking for a high rise, you choose a different kind of foundation. If you're looking for a small building, you choose a different kind of foundations, right? So the amount of effort you want to put in for an ERP is how you want it to look at your foundation is going to look like, right? So if you choose an ERP, I would say an Oracle or an SAP, it just does have a lot of functionality that comes with it, which is supported multi-billion, 50 plus billion-dollar companies. So you know that they're going to be around, right? They're going to have constant features coming in, and you can the rest assured that you are in safe hands, right? But at the same time, it's going to cost you for that, right? So there is that budgetary thing you have to evaluate, and also it's a commitment, right? When it comes to those ERP implementation, it's a commitment, and there is no right or wrong answer. It's what fits your organization, right? Like, I mean, there are smaller ERPs like Sage, which probably fits better with a smaller organization, right? So it's there are no right or wrong answers when you choose ERP, right? But think about it as it's your foundation, right? And you will have to treat it like it's your foundation.
Mhm. Carlos?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it always goes hand in hand, right? You have to think about your budget, your team capabilities, right, in choosing the right ERP solution. To Anil's point, is the foundation of your home. But the nice thing here is that as your business grows, unlike your home, you can actually change the foundation, right? So I say this because a lot of companies, a lot of times they get very excited, right, purchasing the Ferrari of foundations, and that can actually drown you. So you have to be very careful that you choose an ERP solution that's sustainable within your sales, within your budget, within your team size, right? Within the IT team structure that you might have. And understand that it's something that as your business grows, you can switch, you can change, you can improve, modify, right? But it's very, very important to always select something that allows you to be where you're at and to grow within that 3 to 5 year game plan, right? Don't overcommit into something that might potentially become a harm rather than a benefit.
Yes, thank you very much for these insights. Um, let's talk about AI a little bit, if you may. That's a popular subject, that's a current subject, and we get a lot of questions and interest from our audience and listeners. From your point of view, how is the impact of AI right now? How it will be in the future, as well as impact on business and daily life? I like to, uh, learn about your viewpoint. Anil?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. AI is here to stay, and AI is going to transform. Right, that's for sure. I think the question is what level and where. Right. So those are very important questions when you look at AI from a business perspective. Right. You cannot apply AI everywhere. There are opportunities where AI makes sense, especially when it comes to um, enhancing the customer experience, ensuring that you are catering to the customers in terms of the right product, where and when, and understanding your pricing strategy, customer sentiments, your reputation, or the whole analysis about your customer. So if and when AI is used from that customer service and customer centric perspective, it would make sense. Where AI is, if you use AI to just everywhere, just to and keep feeding data into it, then it just becomes an expensive, irrelevant use of AI, right? So we'll have to use AI in the right place and uh, in the right framework, I would say.
Thank you. Carlos?
Yeah, no, and I also think that right at the end of the day, AI is something that's constantly learning, right? So you can't just completely wash your hands off of functions and give it to AI, right? At the end of the day, there is a human factor, right, that will never go away, and it's important to have that balance, you know.
In your view, will AI replace humans and jobs?
I think there's quite a few jobs that will be replaced by AI over time, right? It's a almost living, learning technical organism,
Mhm.
right? That's constantly growing and learning. Plus, it has the capability of millions of humans all at once, right? To read and understand data and process data. So I think there will be jobs that are repetitive, regardless of being white collar or blue collar, that will be replaced, right? And over time, as it improves and continues to improve, uh, as a whole, I think globally as a community, there's gonna have to be a new purpose, right, for a lot of us, for a lot of humans, to have a bigger purpose other than a job, you know.
Yes, yes, that's a great insight. Anil?
Yeah, I think Carlos summarized it, right? So, I, I, I mean, just like retail, right? It's set for retail, right? Retail is always going to be around, but it's going to change, right? So it's a constantly evolving thing, right? So, from that perspective, I would say that AI is going to exponentially help retail to change, right? So I think it's been a smooth um, line when it comes to retail evolution over the years, but that is going to have an exponential change with the help of AI, right? So, in that process, yes, the certain jobs will change, right, or the responsibilities will change, right? So we'll probably find different purposes, right, for different job titles.
Well, I'm actually curious about your role models. Have you had any role models that you can share with us, with our listeners and audience? Who likes to go first? Anil?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, personally, there are few folks who helped me in my journey. There's a gentleman, Peter Hora. I always admire him in terms of how much I learned ERP from. He's been one of those founders of I would say the ERP implementation, right? When it comes to the Oracle merchandising solutions we implemented. And there are many others like that, right? There are many folks who helped along the way. But it's always about what I learned is it's the passion when you are on a job, right? These transformations are extremely difficult, right? You will have to have a lot of passion to go through your day, and by the end of the day you are pretty much done, right? In from all standpoint, right? The amount of people management, you would have to do the solutions, all of that, right? And typically the clients won't give you more than 2 3 years to do this kind of implementations, right? So I learned a lot from this gentleman, but there are many people who are who are like that, right? So say that.
Appreciate it. Carlos?
Yeah, I think I've had quite a few people that I look up to, but I think, to give it, I guess, a little spin, I think mentorship is pivotal, right? Both as you're growing your career to always find good mentors, right? Because it's not just about the growth that you're going to have in your business or as an employee, but that mentorship will help you in your spiritual growth and in your intellectual growth to develop as a human being, right? So finding the right mentor is almost like finding the right life partner. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because those people will be with you for the rest of your life and they will guide you. And most importantly, understanding that if you have the privilege of having a good mentor, you absolutely buy the responsibility to become a mentor for somebody else, right? And I think that is the ultimate life fulfillment, in my opinion, to pay it forward, right? I think that is the biggest reward internally.
Hmm. Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, in your day-to-day work, how do you stay motivated and inspired? Anil?
Yeah, it's to me, it's all about solving a problem, right? Uh, and you're working with individuals, right? You're working with your colleagues, your customers, um, and you are making some kind of an impact, right? That's what you are leaving towards, right? So uh, that's what inspires me personally, and we have a great team around, right? It's as a team, as an individual, what you leaves behind is what inspires me. So uh, it's do your best today, right? That's what we believe in, right? So we go all in when it comes to making most of our days.
Carlos?
Yeah, I think similar. I think what inspires me the most is being able to work with great people like Anil and like everybody else that's in the team, and to be able to work with great clients as well. I think when you really give yourself 100% to the cause, right? And you see that same feedback and that same bounce back, right? And going back to what I was saying earlier, right? Almost that sense of family, right? That family bond where it's not just a job. We're not showing up to deliver a project. We're really showing up in all aspects of life for each other. And I think that's truly inspirational because you don't find that in a lot of organizations, right? Most organizations is a 9 to 5 or task derived, and you're done. And here, really, we go 110%, and I love that all of our team goes 110%. And seeing that, it just becomes obviously a great inspiration to give even more tomorrow.
Do you have any career advice for those who are thinking about getting into ERP software marketplace? Anil?
I mean, be ready to give 200 percentage. Say that's what it boils down to, right? Because and prepare to learn every day, right? And from everyone, right? Because ERP is a hard, it's a hard job, because you are actually a lot of times you're actually changing, not building a house and a foundation. Many times you're actually changing that foundation, right? When you have to make sure that the house is still intact, right? So any ERP transformation requires that, right? And the requires to be prepared to hear a lot of no's, right? Because nobody likes a change, right? And some of these things are extremely
True. Good point.
extremely difficult, right? So technically and emotionally, it's a difficult career path. So ready to do that hard work and ready to learn.
Yeah.
Carlos?
I think to complement everything that Neil said, which obviously I agree with, I think understand that you're always selling yourself. Everything that you do is about selling yourself, right? So you have to always constantly improve how you think, improve who you are, improve your mentors, improve every aspect of your life because you're always selling to every single person around you, right? And when you truly understand that, then you will strive by consequence to giving that 200% that Anil was talking about, right? So make sure that most than anything, you're passionate about this. If you're going to go into this or any other job in the world, right? Be passionate about it, because then it's no longer a job, right? And when you're doing whatever you're doing in life without it being a job, you will enjoy your life 100% of the time.
Yes, appreciate it. So for those who likes to learn more about your company and who likes to continue this conversation with you, what is the best way to be in touch with you? Any website, email address that you like to mention
Yeah,
before we
sure.
end
So
our
our
session? Yes.
Yeah, our website is Proxima 360. That's Proxima 360.com. My email address is carlos.d at Proxima 360, and Anil is Anil.v like Victor at Proxima 360. We are here to help everybody. You know, if you guys are having ERP problem and ERP solution, it could be finance, supply chain, merchandising, planning, allocation, POS. We're more than happy to help. We pride ourselves in doing blueprint sessions with any potential client, right? Where we really look at your entire landscape and look at the issues that you're having and present you with possible solutions without any commitment. And then if you guys like the solution, then we can definitely collaborate and join together, you know? And Neil, anything you want to add that maybe?
No, I think you summarized just well, right? So, yeah, you one thing that differentiates is we try hard for our clients, right? So there is no compromise on quality and the effort um, uh, which the team is going to put in, right? And we um, pretty much all our work or all our collaboration has been with executives who worked with us in the past, right? So that speaks for itself, right? So uh, we'll be happy to help you guys in any way, shape we can.
Thank you very much. Anil, Carlos, thank you so much for being with us in your busy schedule.
Right.
No, thank you for having us. It was a pleasure. And once again, congratulations. We hope you guys continue to have great success. And, you know, it'll be fun to chat maybe in a year from now and see where you guys are at, where we're at, and continue to collaborate.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is all mine. And thank you very much for being with us. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Thank
you as
you.
well. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, thank you very much for being with us today. Truly appreciate it. We had another informative conversation at the American Business Podcast. And as I mentioned earlier, we passed 100,000 YouTube subscribers. And moreover, we finally received our YouTube award that I showed you earlier. I'll show you again before we end our episode. So we just received it in the mail. Thank you very much for your support and for your subscriptions, for your feedback. And thanks to our guests as well. Thanks for their insights. It's a teamwork. I also appreciate our team as well, of course. Um, with our team, we put these podcast episodes together. And I'd like to thank you again. If you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel. This is it's on the other side. There it is. You can go to our YouTube channel by scanning this QR code, and you can subscribe, share, like, and put your comments on the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. And we know that we're gonna get many more hundreds of thousands YouTube subscribers and views. We are confident. We have a great pipeline ready for our podcast with guests, conversations, and content. And we are seeing right now endless, unlimited number of subjects and content that we can create for you on the American Business Podcast. So please continue supporting us, and we'll keep bringing you different new informative content on weekly basis. Well, what else is happening? Would you like to be a guest on our podcast? You can send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We are very responsive. If you send us an email, we'll be responding you pretty quickly. So we are looking forward to hearing from you. Would you like to advertise? Would you like to sponsor the American Business Podcast? You can also send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We are getting more sponsors recently, and we truly appreciate our sponsors as well in our success and for the continuity of our podcast episodes as well. If you visit our website, americanbusinesspodcast.tv, you can see our latest schedule and what is coming in terms of our guests and conversations that we will cover. So we welcome you to visit our website, americanpodcast.tv. let's also talk about our sponsors a little bit before we end our episode, and we can end our episode accordingly. Well, one of the important announcements that we need to make is we have a networking event coming up on August 22nd at 10 a.m. It's called the Connection America Business Alliance online networking event. You can scan this QR code and join us. It'll be limited. It'll be available for limited professionals. We'll only have 10 attendees and thousands of course, audience, because we will be broadcasting, streaming live this online networking event. So if you are available and if you like to promote your business, your services, your offering, your company, and your mission, we are inviting you to register for the August 22nd networking event. And if you're in the market for SAP implementation support, as well as Oracle ERP, iTech Consulting is one of our sponsors. I have their QR code on the screen. You can scan and you can learn more about their organization, their services, and you can be in touch with them. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the American Business Podcast. If you're in the market for a CRM software, you can think about the marvelous CRM software system. We put the QR code on the screen. You can scan this QR code, learn more about the software system, and subscribe if you're interested. And if you're in the market for a VPN software for additional safety and security for your internet serving and usage, you can consider IPVanish VPN. We have their website on the screen. By scanning the QR code, you can learn about these software system, the VPN technology, and you can subscribe if you're in need of VPN system. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to having you in the coming The American Business Podcast episodes. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.